Hello everybody, I'm Face, and in today's video I want to talk about this new pity system that was added into Loomian Legacy. Now I realize I'm a little bit late to the video making process because, well, it's been a hot minute since it's already been added. But it's still kind of a hot topic on Twitter, a lot of people giving their opinions on whether or not they hate it, if it's going to ruin trading or not. I'm going to be real, I don't care about any of that stuff. But since it's a hot topic, I've gained more and more curiosity into the actual statistics behind the pity encounter. The pity encounter. How much or how many more alphas on average are we encountering when taking the pity system into account? That's what I want to figure out. And so, no, Jolton, please don't fall asleep on me. I get it. This is a math-based video, so if you don't like math, this probably ain't for you. But if you are interested in figuring out how many more alphas we're going to be encountering on average, stick around. And if you're excited for more content from me or looking forward to whatever, make sure you subscribe and have the notification bell turned on, so on those rare instances where I do upload, you're notified. So, anyway, I do want to preface this by saying I didn't take a stats class or a statistics class in school, so conceptually I won't be able to explain much to you, but I will be talking about the numbers. So, yeah, if you're cool with that, then let's continue. But before I get into the numbers, let's talk. For those 4 people who play this game and don't know about the pity system, let's talk about it. If you go to your Lumi Boost tab, you see this little thing, Gleam Pity, Roaming Pity. Then they have a little explanation here. While your Gleaming Lumi Boost is running and the Gleaming Pity switch is activated, so again, turn on the Lumi Boost. That's how they make their money with this, by the way. It's just the way it is. Turn on Gleaming Pity the Gleaming Pity, and then your encounters start getting counted. The standard encounters. The reason they say standard is because static or set encounters are not included. So stuff like Mutagon and Cephalops, the static roamers, fossils, rallying, coupling encounters because they're set, and also fishing because, yes, these encounters are counted. And then when your counter hits 0, you're going to get a Gleam encounter. Pretty simple. And then if you have the Gleaming Charm, it's going to start at 128, if not 256. Pretty simple. And yeah, so what basically the pity is saying, you are guaranteed at least 1 alpha every 128 encounters, or 256 if you don't have the charm. But the math I'm going to be covering today, it's all assuming you have the Gleaming Charm, okay? The math is roughly the same, except halved if you don't have the Gleaming Charm. So there you go. But anyway, now with that explained, I believe we should jump into the math, but I do want to warn you, my document's going to be like really white, it's going to hit my face, it's going to hit your face, so mind your eyes. Alright, so here we are with the little document here. First column is pretty simple, number of consecutive encounters, so 55 encounters in a row, 63 encounters in a row. This is all assuming you go back to back to back this many times in a row. Alright. Second column is simply the alpha rate. It's the same thing all the way until you hit your 120th encounter, to which it becomes guaranteed. The third column is the odds of you going to this point in the streak. So 20 consecutive encounters without an alpha is, statistically an 86% chance of happening. You have an 86% chance of going 20 encounters without an alpha. Or I should say, getting to the 20th encounter without an alpha. And then this column is just the inverse. It's your chance of getting the statistical probability of you getting an alpha after this many encounters. Or at least 1 alpha after this many encounters. And as you can see, they're inverse because one goes up, one goes down. They're directly related to each other. And so with these numbers, we also want to take into account, well, if there's a soft pity, which I'll cover in a little bit, we want to take into account a weighted rate. Now, originally I didn't know I didn't need this, but it's here, so I'll talk about it. But weighted rate is essentially taking the odds of you getting to that set encounter multiplied by the alpha rate. So it's essentially saying, these are the odds of you getting to this encounter and then finding an alpha on said encounter. So, like, let's say 41st encounter. you have a 73% chance of actually getting to it without an alpha, and then the 0.781% chance of finding an alpha, thus leading to an overall 0.571% chance of finding an alpha on your 41st consecutive encounter. Just overall, just because statistically at least, these, again, I want to say, regardless of the numbers, I'm talking every encounter, regardless, is a 1 in 128 chance. Okay? Just making that clear. Every encounter separately, is their own thing. 1 in 128. These are just statistics. They're not like what's inputted into the game. Okay? All right. Anyway, so yeah, this weighted thing is generally used with soft pity, and yeah. Let me talk about soft pity real quick. In other games, like this one right here is for Arknights. The reason I'm bringing up Arknights is because when I was searching for this information, I looked at a model from Arknights, and that's how I learned this process. And so with Arknights, their alpha in this instance is a 6-star. Their chance of getting it is a 2% per pull. Since it's a gacha game, I'm going to say pull. And then soft pity, rather than going all the way down to their 99th thing and then getting it guaranteed, starting after their 50th, they start slowly increasing the odds by 2% every pull, and so it becomes more and more likely that you get it before pity, and then obviously less likely that you actually make it to the hard pity, which is 99th. And then the reason where this weighted weight comes into play is, like, as per normal, this drops normally, and then after the 50th encounter, it starts going up. But then your odds of actually getting to those encounters or to these pools drop so low that it starts dropping again. And then because of soft pity, it becomes so astronomically unlikely that you actually get to these later pools that you might as well say like 70 pulls and you're going to get your 6-star. And yeah, now when taking all this into account, all the math cranks out to, rather than a 2% 6-star pull rate, on average, 2.89% of your pulls will be a 6-star. And what this generally means is not every pull is a 2.891% 6-star. That's 2%. But on average, because of the pity, let's say you do 10,000 pulls, 289 of them, on average, will be 6-star. That's what this is saying. And then this efficiency thing is just, 289 or 2.89 divided by 2, just to see how much of an increase there is. And then another form of soft pity that's in some games is like in Genshin Impact. That's a game I actually used to play, but I don't anymore. Their 5-star rate, which is the alpha we're looking for here, is 0.6%, and then their effective 5-star rate is 1.6%. And their soft pity, rather than gradually increasing it halfway through, the last 6th of their pools, so like the last 15 out of their 90, goes from 0.6 to 32%, or 32.4%, just hard 32.4%. And then on their 90th, they're guaranteed. But it becomes so unlikely that they actually get there. Like, you have a 2.265% chance of getting to your 90th pool without have gotten a 5-star beforehand. And so yeah, again, soft pity essentially is just making it so you become super unlikely to even hit your pity. And with that in mind, let's look at the effective alpha rate for Loomian Legacy, given our hard pity at the 120th encounter. 1.233%, which is pretty significantly higher. Efficiency-wise, it's 57.8% higher than our 0.78% one. Again, this is not saying that every encounter is a 1.2% chance of being alpha. It's essentially saying, given the pity existing, let's say you do 10,000 encounters. I'm going to say 1,000 because this is related. No, never mind. We're going to keep the 10,000 thing. 10,000 encounters, roughly 123 of them are going to be alpha. That's what this effective alpha rate's saying. That because of Pity, on average, 123 encounters are alpha rather than 78, which would, on average, be how many you'd get out of 10,000 with the alpha rate. So that's what this is saying. So it's a 57% increase, or roughly 58% increase in how many alphas we're finding since before Pity. And so, with everybody complaining about the Gamma Roamers with Rainbow Wisp, I want to say, we only are encountering alphas 58% more than we did on average. Those Gammas are purely coincidental. The odds of Rainbow Wisps and Gammas were not affected. On average, you're going to find 58% more alphas, which means also 58% more Gammas. And that's another discussion, but again, because we're encountering 58% more alphas, that means, more Gammas are going to be rolled, because you can find a Gamma on your Pity encounter. So, I want to show you how much worse this could have been if they took Soft Pity. So first, I want to show Genshin Soft Pity. But beforehand, let's say, with Pity, with our current system, we roughly have a 36.9 or 37% chance of getting to our Pity encounter on average. Currently in the game. Now, if we did a soft Pity system like Genshin, where our last sixth of our encounters all bump up in percentage, and for the argument's sake, instead of 32.4, I just did even 33. Those odds drop from 37% all the way down to 0.014. You become so unlikely to get to your Pity encounter, and it makes it efficiency-wise, we're encountering 73% more alphas than without any Pity system. And I guess I could compare this to, like if I did this, if it equals this divided by this, and then did this, it's 10% more than our current Pity system. So I guess it's not that bad, but then we have Arknight's Pity system. We could see efficiency-wise, we're already a lot higher than what we were before. Arknight's thing is when we get to halfway point, we begin gradually increasing the odds until we reach 100%. Now, you can see all the 0.00 stuff and 100%. No, that's just because I left out all of these incredibly long numbers. If I decided I wanted to, like let's say, let's change the format of these numbers. Now we're looking here. I still can't even show you the numbers down here. With that many zeros, we're still not even reaching where we need to be. So again, with this Pity system, we become so astronomically unlikely. This is like hitting hard Pity with Arknight's Soft Pity is like dream luck. Like dream luck. It's so unlikely. Like by the time you get to what? Let's say by the time we drop to under 1%, on your 87th encounter, you're so likely to find these alphas. And efficiency-wise, again, I want to do a little comparison. Divided by that. 44% higher. So 44% higher than what our current Pity system is. So again, if you're worried about all the stuff being increased, just think that this could have been a lot worse. And yeah, it could have been a lot worse. So again, basics of the video is we're finding roughly 58% more alphas than we did without the pity. And I kind of want to like gather some hard statistics in game to show this, rather than just talk about numbers on a document. So all this week, Monday through Friday, maybe even Saturday, I will be hunting. I will be actually hunting for alphas and gammas. And I will be keeping track of how many alphas and gammas I find. And we'll be comparing it to the total number of encounters and seeing how close we can get to this statistic. And if any other content creators or people or anybody who records or like hunts and streams it, if they want to participate in this too, I would be more than happy to take your statistics and just so we can refine the accuracy as much as possible. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss me actually hunting on stream. Wow, I'm doing this for science. And yeah, I don't know when I'll be doing it, like time-wise. I know it'll be all week, but you know, just stay tuned for that. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, because it does help me out, even though I don't post much. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on pity in the comments. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent like me? I'm pretty indifferent. I don't care. Do you think this ruins trading? Which, if you do, you're wrong. I'm gonna say that. People are overreacting, in my opinion. 58% more alpha encounters does sound like a lot, but like the people are overreacting because they have anecdotal evidence, which is, you know, evidence based off of personal experience. We've gotten what, 2 Gamma Rainbow Wisp roamers now off of pity, and that's just purely coincidental. Like, nothing was changed in the game code for those specifically. It's just those 2 encounters were extremely lucky. And yeah, so again, I'll be hunting all week this week. Stay tuned. I'll see you in another video. See ya.